Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Vietnam. I think that's it. I'm telling you, Robin Williams is the shit. I stick to that shit every single time I do it. Well, hopefully everybody's having a great friggin' weekend. First and foremost, I'm going to get that out of the way. Everybody's having not a weekend. What am I talking about? A good day and had a good weekend. See, this is where I get my fucking mind twisted, you know? Um, I am right now getting ready for some graduations. I want to wish everybody an awesome friggin' day. And I want to wish anybody out there that's in the Philippines, that got family in the Philippines, uh, that have, family, kids, uh, your significant other has children, and they're graduating. I just want to throw a little love out there. Give me 1 second. I don't know why. All right, I'm not sure. Okay, I think you can hear me. I just want to make sure. Well, it started off freaking me wishing you all a great. I hope you're having a great weekend too. Confusion. I apologize. I am getting ready for a couple of graduations. I'm heading out and going to their, to what do they call that? The auditorium. Then going to the auditorium. Uh, Friggin' Marion, uh, Maria's son, Maria's sister. She graduated at the top of her class. I'm talking top notch. Her son, he graduated with high honors. Such a good kid. Shout out Barry Jordan for the lunatic videos that threw us off the trail. What a surprise, SCP. What a surprise. Nothing surprises me in this fucked up genre. Well, fucked up foreigner genre. Uh, but not to take away from that, I just wanted to say congratulations, Marianne. Congratulations, Christine. Congratulations, Marianne's cousin, which I didn't get her name. These kids worked really, really fucking hard. They really did. They graduated from really good school. Those that know, like in Florida, there's triple A schools, double A schools, A schools, A, B, and C schools. They call them. Depending on what school you graduate from, it's looked upon very differently. And it really is. It shouldn't be like that. It should be academic. If you graduate and you did a good job, you should uh, be acknowledged by that. But you're not. It's like me saying I graduated from the hood, and then somebody else says I graduated from Harvard. It's looked upon very different. Give me 1 second. I got to get my coffee. I can still talk, but I don't want to talk loud. One of the biggest things that I learned is there's a lot of still good kids out here. They don't get the opportunity. All these kids fucking humble me every single fucking time. They really do. I did ask him, I said, what would you like for a graduation gift? And he says, he's like, nothing. I just want to go to college. I just want to finish and go to college. But thank you. This is the kind of family that I fell into. Maria's family's like that. Her son is like that. It's not an attempt. I see all these people talking online lately about, oh, this is just a fake attempt. Let me tell you something, man. I think, I think I'm a pretty good judge of character for the most part. Outside of fucking social media, I really believe that I have a pretty good judge of character. And this kid is fucking awesome. Maria's sister, fucking phenomenal. They're not like they're not a lot of what I deal with on a daily basis. No, well, let me not say daily because I don't deal with people on a daily. When I do deal with people, these kids are fucking good kids. They don't have the same opportunities. And we're over here shitting, fucking, and moaning about this and that and all this other bullshit. And these fucking kids are fucking struggling out here, getting really good fucking grades, as they should. No offense, as they should. You know what I mean? Opportunities are not going to fucking land on your fucking lap, but you got to give credit where credit is fucking due. You know what I mean? we don't spend enough time, giving these kids enough fucking props, because they work fucking hard. They work hard. They're not like us. My mother used to beat the shit out of me to fucking get my shit into fucking school. And then when I realized it, I realized it too late. And these kids now, like her son and her sister, they're not like that. They actually really like to want to fucking go to school. They see the suffering that's going on here, and they don't want to be a part of it, even though they will be a part of it because they will be living in here. Let me see. Now, good morning, Tim. Good morning. What is her plan? Well, I can tell you right now, I'm trying to convince Maria to go back to school. She's not too fucking old. She can go back to school. I'm going to try to convince her to do that. Her sister's plan, I don't know. I never asked. She was here on Sunday. They left Sunday at 5 o'clock in the morning. So they'll be back on fucking Wednesday. I think Wednesday around noontime. Again, that's possibly maybe Thursday. I guess I don't know. I'll update you on that, Sweetie. I'll find out. I don't mind asking. I know her son is going to go to culinary school. He wants to be like. He really has his heart. I mean, everything he does it's in regards to cooking. He wants to be a famous chef. And I said, listen, everything starts off by, I went to culinary. I studied my share. I worked in tons of restaurants. I was even a sous chef at one time. And listen, let me make sure that I fucking say this. I wasn't licensed, permitted. I trained under really good chefs and some sous chefs, and I took positions as a sous chef. I carried the title. Did I earn the title? I maybe can say I earned the title from doing the work, but I never officially was one. So before anybody comes on, let me see if he has this under his credential. I let me ask you this. I did a shit ton of jobs that I was really good at for years. Does that make me up or no? It doesn't. I'm just saying I worked as one. Um, and I got to tell you, man, this kid has the passion. Christine has passion. You can. It's what I didn't see really growing up. Me, now I can't speak for everybody else. What I saw growing up was no passion. It was like, oh, my mother. That's what my mother wants me to do. The passion was in the parents. What I see now is the passion in the children, and he's a good fucking kid. This is why I spent a lot of time talking to him, and outside of YouTube, I feel I can't speak for him. He's a very private kid. Uh, she's very private. Uh, she's very different than Maria. Maria's very loud, outgoing energy, and loud, not in a negative way. She's just different. Her family's very private, very personal, very quiet. And her son is like that. But he gets a lot of motivation. When I talk to him, we're always talking. I mean, at least as much as possible. I talk more to him than I think to her because she irritates the shit out of me sometimes. No. And he's a good kid, man. He's a good kid. She's a good kid. Her cousin's a good kid. They're good kids just trying. I mean, they're going to be stuck in a situation where they're going to be picking up the baggage of the fucking ignorance and the, corruption and shit in this country. But I told them, make a name for yourself. Put your foot the fuck out there, then put the next fucking foot, then throw your whole fucking body out there. Grab onto the opportunities and build your worth. Build it, because it'll grow with you. This opportunity will grow with you. And you know what? There's no lying to this kid. I don't fucking sugarcoat nothing, and it's a good thing. Me and him, we talk. It's a good thing. Um, it is a hard work. I sent my gift to Marina School in Davao to the. I'm sorry, yeah. He has since tried to pay me back. I said no. He can advance his own siblings. That's all. I'm going to tell you, Sweetie, that is an honorable thing. And I try to do that here, Sweetie. He has asked me, Nico, what would it take for me to go to the United States? And I said, well, you can marry a foreigner. I said, you can. I said, no, listen, there's opportunities. He's a good kid. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Sweetie. I've never talked about this. If I were to help it would be these kids. It would be. I don't offer it because it's not my place. If it's something that I want to do, it would be something out of the kindness of my heart. It wouldn't be something that I would tell everybody. I mean, I'm saying it now, but I'm saying these would be the kids. But I try. That's it. This is just me. I try not to get too involved because again, me and Maria were friends, and I don't want to walk into something given false expectations. But the friendship that me and him have is like a great. I feel it's an unbreakable friendship. You would have to ask him how he feels about it. Um, but he talks to me about everything, and the things that we talk about, I don't really share it with anybody, not his mother, nothing. I'll ask him, do you mind if I talk to your mother about this? He's like, no, no, don't say nothing, not that, he keeps his stuff private. But uh I mean, the amount of work that, like, when I ask him, hey, you want to go a couple of days? You want to go, right? He's like, nah, I have online courses. I have things that I have to do. And like, he's studying in his school, the school that he goes to. He has I don't know if it's an honor, the privilege to take cooking. He has a cooking class. And he's like, he'll say, Nico, I noticed a lot of your videos, are about cooking. I said, listen, I learned a lot of cooking techniques when I was growing up, but I am far from being even called a cook. I can cook. I'm not a chef. I'm not anything. I've done different positions, but I don't know. He says, can you share some ideas with me? And I do. And he actually implements them in his classes, and it's not because of me, but his hard work gets him really good fucking grades. Even his teacher's like, wow, not bad at all. You know what I mean? And I said, thinking outside the box is what's going to get you to succeed. You don't want to be like everybody else. And her sister, Maria's sister, very fucking intelligent. I mean, extremely. Do I think she could be a nurse? I think she could be a fucking doctor. And you know what? I would text Maria. Actually, let me see. I got the other phone. Let me ask her what her sister would like to be. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Hey, I'm doing a live show and I'm talking about your sister. What is it your sister would like to do as a career? How about the cousin, your son's cousin? Get those answers for me if you can. All right, so this is what I'll do. I'll wait until she answers. And I think her sister wants to be a doctor and she has the grades for it. She has the grades, like she has the potential. But I could be wrong. She has the, like, I can say she can be a nurse, she can be a doctor, she can be whatever the fuck she wants. These these kids eat shit and sleep fucking homework. This is what they do. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out there and do things. I invited Marianne to fucking all you can eat barbecues as cousin. Hey, you want to go to the movies? The only thing I took that kid and his cousins to do was go to the fucking zoo. And he's like, he has never said I couldn't, do videos about him. I don't think he likes pictures. He doesn't like to be in shit like that. He was like, when we were done, hold on one second, who the fuck's calling me in this phone? Who the fuck is calling me? Oh, sorry guys, hold on. Um, yeah. No, wait, hold on. She thinks I'm not talking to your sister. I'm asking you what is your sister's career choice? She thinks I'm on YouTube right now. She thinks that I'm talking to her sister, and I'm like, no, I'm not talking to your sister. I'm talking to online. Oh, he told me, he's like, Nico, thank you. You know, this is just awesome. This is the kind of kids that I deal with, and he's I think he's 16 years old. He's going to be out of high school pretty soon. So I wanted to do a show, and just if you got family out here, man, friends or family, I think they're all graduating, man. Just go out there and watch this. Watch this. I love this. I know you have three sisters, pendeja. I'm talking about the one that just graduated. The other ones are not going to do anything with their career. They're already in their lives. They're older. How in the hell do you confuse that? She says, I have three sisters. No shit. And there's only one in fucking school. This is the Filipino thing, man. You got to be specific. I don't hold her responsible because I did ask. But I mean, she's the only one in school is the young one, Christine. Um, I'm telling you right now, it is a blessing to see these kids grow. See these kids building their lives into something that's going to be something they love. Okay, she said nothing yet. He wanted me to motor, dude, scooter repair. Let me get to that. I convinced him to ship it. Okay, okay, okay. He lets it travel. Oh shit! I'm sorry, guys. Let me turn this down. I didn't think this was gonna be like this, man. Um, to seek what they didn't know. See, that is a good choice, and I'll tell you. Before I read the whole message, okay. Uh, I'll tell you, the guy that works on my scooter, he went to school for 3 years, no, 2 years, and he had to do an apprentice for 1 year. He is what we call in the United States a troubleshooter. He makes good money here. This guy, Ricky, he does good money. His name is Ricky. Whoa, imagine that. And he graduated and he's got a license and he's got a degree in troubleshooting. He can troubleshoot electrical problems on scooters, motorcycles, cars, anything electrical. That is his forte. That is what he went to school with, and he's been doing it for like 15 years. I asked him, "Is that something that?" He goes, "No, I never liked anything electrical, but I got tired of seeing. I'm paying money to like people for my scooter." He's the one that works on my scooter. Like, and everybody's like, dude, who did this work? Look at the work is good. I had an issue with the horn and an issue with the lights. He said it was the ground. When I took it back, he goes, and I had it for almost 3 weeks that I didn't let anybody touch it. So Ricky went into it and it took him about an hour. He goes, oh, it was the ground. I found the ground. Like, that is what he does. So, but you upgraded that shit. You went to electrical engineer. That's good. I think that's what Big E does. Big E does that. I got my cousin. He's an electrical engineer. Uh, It is a field that you never stop studying because my cousin's 32. He's been in school since 18, and he still goes to college and re-educates himself. He's always upgrading what he does, and he's a really good electric. He's 32 years old. He probably makes like $100,000 to $200,000 a year. He still lives at home with his mother. His mother lives in the United States. I mean, he lives in Puerto Rico. I don't like to say that Puerto Rico is not U.S. He lives in Puerto Rico, so his mother lives in Florida with his sisters, and he has a family home. Uh, Family home's been paid off for almost 20 years. His father's a master electrician. The mother was a warehouse worker. She worked in the farms, and then moved from that in Puerto Rico. Went from the farms to the warehouse and did I think she did financing. She continued to study. She didn't go to school for it. She learned it, and she did the financing for the warehouse for the company. They did really good. They did really good for themselves. Um, Maria's in the house. John's John's in the house. Excuse me. Let me get back in here. John's in the house. How you guys doing? Plan on asking hundreds of questions. Actually, get the correct answer. Mm. Tim, I always ask a lot of fucking questions. I am one of those people. Some people get really irritated with me. Be like, bro, why you asked it? Man, listen, there is not a question that should not be answered unless you don't know the answer. But we'll find the answer together. That has always been my a way of going about things. And I've always been that person, which I don't like to be like that, but I've always been that person, Tim, that everybody's like, oh, here comes Mr. fucking know-it-all. Well, bro, I'd rather know something than be ignorant and know nothing. And I'd rather educate the next person of something they don't know so they can help the next fucking guy. I'm not doing it to be a fucking Mr. Know It All. I used to get really mad when I was young. because that was always the name that they gave me. Oh, Nico, Mr. Know-It-All. I was like, no, man. And I used to be like, bro, shut the fuck up, man. But then I realized that those who attack you because of what they don't know. Because instead of all of us, I grew up, like guys, I didn't grow up with the worst friends. My friends were fucking retarded. And I mean that literally. Some of them were mentally fucking unfit to even walk the streets, but they were good people. How? A lot of times we grew up with a lot of no guidance. I was lucky my mother actually had the time to be both parents, you know. She worked really fucking hard, man. And a lot of the parents were never really there. So a lot of the kids grew up being taught by parents on the street that didn't know how to become parents to their kids, but they knew how to be parents to other kids. No, they just pretty much they learned what they could. So I will tell you, man, I will ask questions, and if you don't know the answer, I'll find the answer, and then I'll come back and fucking share it with you so we can all fucking know it. You know what I mean? Everybody, that's Maria. Everybody, congratulate Maria's son, Marion, for she calls it. I call it a graduation. It's a growing thing. Now he's graduating. It's a transition from the 10th grade, so now he's going to do 11 and 12. The sister's doing the same thing. So she keeps saying they're not graduating, Nico. Listen, when you transition from a one grade and now you got to go to another school, to me, that's a growth. That's graduation. You're graduating from one section. Now you're going into bigger and better things. It's not going to be easier. It's not going to be, it's going to be more difficult. So she calls it what she calls it. She calls, let me see, I'll tell you what she calls it. She goes, because I'm honest, you know, I'm very transparent with the fuck she says. She goes, not yet. Christine is moving up. In the Philippines, it's called moving up. I call it a fucking graduation. It's not graduated, Nico. No courses yet. I said, listen, they are going from the 10th grade. That means they're switching schools to now to an 11th and 12th year school. That means they're getting ready to go into fucking college. That means 2 years they're into fucking college. I said, to me, you graduated from your little panties, your little fucking boxers, to some real fucking men boxers and real fucking panties. Because now you're going to have to fucking get your shit fucking together. You know what I mean? And he's worked hard, you know? Maria, quit fucking taking the words out of my goddamn fucking mouth. Jesus, he fucking graduated. God damn it. You fucking, you women don't ever fucking learn. You can't be happy that a motherfucker said her son graduated. Okay, let's just say he's moving up. Fucking the Jeffersons fucking moved up and they went over to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. It was like a fucking penthouse, you know, because they're moving on up to the east side to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Why the fuck you gonna take that away from me, motherfucker? Sorry, guys. I'm in my son moving on up. Prayer for his enough steps. And listen, the only prayers your son needs is to go to church and pray. Why her? Why her? God, Jesus, give me the strength. Give me the strength to deal with fucking Maria. Give me the strength. That's what he should be doing. Jesus. I'm very proud of the kid, man. I'm very, very proud of him. And the cousin, they're doing, like I said, they're doing good. They're doing good. See, there you go. Sorry, guys. I'm in my son's moving. It's a moving up thing. Me, no. He's graduating. He's not graduating out of like high school into college. He's graduating from, I think, middle school over to not. You know what? You guys know what I mean. He's graduating from one school to another. He has to transition over. Hey, congratulations. See, at least, just make it simple. Just say congratulations, Marion. That's it. Why are you going to take it from me, frickin' Maria? Oh, so what? The word graduation's not in it? Well, I'm fucking proud of your kid, you know? I'm fucking proud of your sister. I'm fucking proud of all of them. They worked hard. And if it's called a transition, I hope they transition their asses from you to somebody that's not so damn fucking stressful. Jesus. Imagine if you go, I like, oh, you know, when you're producing. Hey, John, look, John. Look, John. You don't want to see me in these. You don't want to see me in these. John, I'm glad you like them. I really do. Um, I'm going to tell you, John, I'm going to start doing that because somebody commented on my video on a different platform and they said, it is so simple and so beautiful and so relaxing. It's good to hear that because we focus, and I mean this, we focus so much on toxicity and so much of what everybody else wants. We really never pay attention as much to the what people are really liking. And I'm doing it because I like it. You know what I mean? And I hope somebody else finds tranquility, relaxation. Um, I will tell you this. There is a Filipina that is in this genre. I'm not going to say her name. A few of these big guys, like let's just say the big guys, the big fucking guys that you guys know on the Philippine genre, they know her, and she's going through a real tough time right now. I found her by accident on one of my platforms, and she goes, "Nico, it's great to see you. This is me." She sent me a private message, and she's going through a lot right now. But after a year, almost 2 years, a year and a half, almost 2 years, yeah, so I say a year and a half, she found out that she's doing a lot better, and she's what they thought was going to be permanent ended up being something that she beat. And she sent me a message and she said, I think I mentioned this before, like the other shows. She said, "Thank you for the videos that you do. They really make me feel like I'm back home. I screw around on YouTube, but there are platforms that I use, that I put nice content, like I feel like everything I put up is nice. It's just me. I'm not here to fucking make millions. I'm here to just share." And she said, "Thank you." And I said, and I said it. I said, "Does it really make you feel like that?" She goes, "Nico, I haven't been in my home country in almost 15 years after I got married. I'm here working and I miss my family. And when you do these little things like this, it just shows me what I'm missing because it will always be in my country." And I said, "You know what? Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for showing me that a lot of what we do really impact. Like I do it, guys, because I want to. And whether somebody likes it or not, it's up to them. But I don't do it for the recognition. But when someone's going through a tough time, like John, he's like, "Nico, I really like this." Circus is like, "I really like that." And I was like, "Wow, all right, thank you." See, it surprises me because I don't do it so everybody else. I just wanted to share a little bit of how I see it, and hopefully you guys can enjoy it. And oh, gotta make sure I say hi to Go Bobo sister. Can't forget. Oh shit! I am the sponsor for, yes. She's been asking me. Maria's been like, um, I don't know if it's guys. Is that a sponsor? Like if I buy them notebooks and pens, is that a sponsor? I just do it out of the kindness of my heart. I don't like the title sponsor, guys. But it's to be in it, the reality of it. Is that what it is? Oh, every Gogo Bobo sister, seeing you in here just brings me blisters of joy. No, everything is good, my friend. I just finished talking to my mother, and I'm doing a little show. Just saying congratulations to Marianne's son and her sister and Marianne's cousin. Yes, it is a sponsor. Well, guys, I am a sponsor for her son and her daughter. I mean, and her sister. I don't. I guess maybe it's the way I am. I don't go head over heels. But if they needed notebooks or pens or something and they're running low in the class, I find out, I'm like that. I involve myself because it's tough, It's tough to find out what the kids need. And I ask sometimes if the other kids, Marianne is a very smart kid. And I said, if any other kid in your class needs, I can get something for the year, it's not, but make sure the kid fucking earned, like he or she appreciates it because some kids don't give a fuck. They'll throw away shit. And Mariano will tell me, he's like, "No, you just, don't spend your money, Nico. You don't have to spend it on me." Christine is the same way. Her sister, "No, you don't have to spend nothing on me. Keep your money." It's just because the thing is, not every student is in it for for good reasons. Just like adults, they're all shady, and instead of taking away from other students, they even take away from themselves. So, if that's a sponsor, yeah, I sponsor them. If you put stickers on their stuff saying Nico's Experience, then it's sponsored. Yo, that is good. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm actually gonna do little fucking stickers that says Nico's Experience. I am, and I'm gonna stick it on fucking everything in notebooks, their pens. I sponsor you, but you need a tattoo of me on your neck. I'm willing to sponsor. Listen, you don't understand. She'll get a fuck. She's been asking for a fucking tattoo. Uh, do you want her to do a sweet pea tattoo? Because how long would these sponsorship last? Would it last until he's into college or out of college? Would that be monthly? Dude, you don't understand. She'll fucking do it. And listen, one thing that I don't know, I do not doubt is the love that this woman has for her son and her sister, and her growing up not having. She will get that fucking tattoo. If you guarantee that shit on a monthly basis, she will fucking get that tattoo just for the love of her son to be able to have something. So because he's a good kid. Now, do I think a lot of no, I think it's how you present yourself and be there for your children. I really believe that here. The more somebody's involved, he jokes around and stuff, but she cares a lot about his education, his life. He does too. And the sister, one time favorite, I need to say. Then I don't think she'll do it. I don't think she'll do it if it's a one-time payment. But she might think about it. I don't know. Sleepy, they put Nico Experience in their bags, in their house, in their phone, and laptop. Nico's face is there. Hey guys, listen. I only know of notebooks and pens, and I think notebook pens. Hold on, and binders. I don't know anything. Oh wait, yeah, no, in some backpacks. Yeah, in some two backpacks. Yeah, that's true. Everything else, I don't know about cell phones and laptops. But hey, listen, if everybody wants to say, Nico, how can we help you? I got two fucking children that will love and appreciate you guys. If you guys, you know what? I don't mind asking for shit like that because it will go directly to their fucking studies. If you guys ever come across a little bit of something that you guys can say, you know what? I'd like for them to have it. I can guarantee you those two kids will fucking love to get new laptops. Love, because let me tell you, let me not say laptops. That poor boy still has a laptop from like 7 years ago, and that thing's running down to shit. Now everyone's like, not everyone, you guys over here, they're like, they'll never ask. My mother's like, get him a laptop. I said, Mom, I can't do that. Number one, I'm not his father. I don't want to come in and act like, I'm always going to be there. Sometimes, the people got to struggle. I got to struggle. My daughter's everybody got to struggle. My mother gets really fucking upset with me. She goes, Mira, the laptop, he's going to use it for the next 10 years, or he's going to use a calculator. So anybody tells me, oh, Nico's, you know what? If beg it, I beg it's for the better of fucking someone's education, not for me to fucking be sucking pussy somewhere fucking or licking fucking lady boys' fucking faces or downing fucking beer on your fucking dime. I'd rather do it that way, But again, this is just conversation. You guys don't have to do none of that stuff. In your neck, I mean, I'd put it in the back of your neck, but not for a one-time payment. Not for a one-time payment. Uh, I mean, for 2 years, every month, I'd round it off to 100 every month. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. That wouldn't be bad. I'd make sure it'd be right behind her ear. So that way, when I nibble on her ear, what are you doing? I'm nibbling on sweet pea. My son don't allow me to have tattoos. Don't recognize me as his mom. Mira, your son doesn't recognize you right now. Right now, he only recognizes me. Nico's Experience, man. He don't even recognize you. He looks at you. He's like, "What? Who are you? What do you want? Why are you in my house? Where's Nico?" Oh my God. Let me see anybody else. I'm going to make sure. I don't want to take up too much of your time. No, But I will tell you, they've worked really hard. On a serious note, they worked really hard, and he continues to work hard. Um, he continues to make his mother proud. He continues to make his grandmother proud, and the most important person that he makes proud is himself. I texted him this morning and I said, "Hey, listen, I don't know if you hear it enough, or you're going to probably hear it enough. I want to say I'm very proud of you. You've done great. It's not because I'm proud of you or anybody's proud of you. You put in the hard work, man. You should be proud of yourself. You've worked really hard. A lot of kids are out there freaking not doing the right thing, and it's not easy to be in your position to feel like you're losing, or feel like whatever, feel like you're losing, you're gaining, whatever. And you can always come to me and talk to me about things. We'll just talk. And if there's any answers or solutions in our conversation, it's great. But I'll never fucking talk to her son. Uh, it's one of those things, Sweepy, and Jay, uh, Jay, and I'm not going to start calling him Jay. I don't want to call him Jay. I'm gonna. I don't know why. I'm going to say instead of John's, I said Jay. Um, it's one of those things, guys, and Gogo Bobo's sister, that I talk to him like a normal person. Like, hey, this is what I did. This is what happened to me. This is my life. I don't sugarcoat this or that, this and that. This is what my dad did. This is what my dad didn't do. This is what my brother did. I just talk. And then I say, and when he's like, he'll tell me, he's like, I kind of understand. I said, hey, listen, I could just tell you how it is, but then you wouldn't know. You wouldn't learn from just one conversation of like, hey, don't do that. You want to know why you shouldn't do it. You want to know the good, the bad, and the ugly, and what happens if you do, and what happens if it turns good or bad or ugly. Uh, and when I talk to her sister, we just talk. Her English is a lot better than her older sister, which is Maria. And Maria's English is good, but her sister's English is better. Uh, the sister, Christine, understands better than Maria, but Maria can speak it better. And I got to tell you, man, I'm happy. You know why? Because I did the same thing with my kids, and they can always talk to me. They know I'm not judging them. Maria gets a little irritated because her son always like messages me. She's like, "What did he say?" I said, "No, you goddamn business. If your son didn't tell you, I'm not going to tell you. You know." I will put. Listen, I hope when I come to the Philippines, there's not a bunch of women running around with Nico's 6 years tattoos on the. Well, I would ask them to tell them, John. Ask them to see them in bathing suits, and then if you happen to if you happen to tell her, go take a shower and come back out. Tell her to turn around or something, just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. You know, I have done such good things while I've been here every time I come. And most of what I've done has fallen on the hands of people that have grown from it, that have done better from it. No, I didn't open up a fucking piggery. I didn't open up a fucking farm. I didn't buy a fucking 30 fucking acre home. To each his own. My involvement has always been in education. You know, I wish there was my mother was there. Listen, I don't want to ever exclude the hard work my mother did, but I wish somebody besides my mother was there to say, listen, I'm here to listen. Hey, even though she was, but my mother ended up just graduating high school. There was never really in the importance. Everyone says, well, everybody emphasizes so much on education. Let me tell you something. I say this respectively because I don't know how to find the right words. Let me try. A person that is non educated will never reach the plateau of a person that's educated. And you can take that as you want it, whether it's education in school, whether it's an education in life, whether it's education from fucking negative or positive. To me, a dumb person will never be it will never make it as far as a fucking smart person. I'm not saying that there has not been any fucking thing successes, but I will tell you, I will always open my I'll always be there for someone that really wants to talk and learn from something, you know. Like her son, he really talks to me. Like yesterday, I'll share a fucking story. Tim, take care. God bless, man. Um, Time to go now. Gotta go. All right, take care, brother. If you don't buy your girlfriend a house and adopt 8 kids that hate you, you feel that. I heard that's where to be right there. That's that's the standard right there. I heard that's the standard. I mean, I cannot make it up to that standard. I'm the little guy at the bottom, you know. I will tell you, like yesterday, me and him were talking, and he's like, "Hey, Nico, you know what I want to try?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Dude, you know that burger that you sent me? Man, me and him be talking about these spicy fucking burgers, and Burger King makes this burger here. I don't know if they make it in the U.S. John, you know what you should do? You should find out if they make this jalapeno burger in the States, bro." He's like, "I really want it," and I know the kid's not working. And the kid fucking never asked for fucking. This kid doesn't ask for shit. So I said, "Hey, you got GCash, right?" He goes, "Yeah, well, my mom does." And I said, "Well, here, you know what? Try that fucking burger." He goes, "No, I want to try it when we're together." And I said, "No, man, listen, there's no, where I'm at, in the province I'm at, there's no fucking Burger King. And you're not bringing me a wet or fucking soggy or a hard as a rock fucking, even though it takes 7 hours to get to where I'm at, you know, in the ferries and the buses and stuff." I said, no, bro, just enjoy it." He's like, "Nico, thank you, man. I wasn't trying to, have you do it. I was just saying I want to try it with you." And I said, "Well, listen, when I go back to the city in a month or so, the next month, I will, we'll try it together if it's still there." And he was like, "Thank you." And then he still hasn't said anything to me. Having a degree doesn't mean they're smart. It only means that they're educated. I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how to verbalize how I'm trying to say it, and you guys in the chat can clarify that. Even though you have 4 years, doesn't make you fucking smart at all. The burger was the cat next door. No, no, this is really, well. I mean, I can't tell you. I gotta tell you, it is Burger King in the Philippines. I can't say that it's not. But no, Tim, you're 100% right. It doesn't mean it 100%. Pop man, for your son, I'm happy the situation. I gotta tell you, he's a good kid, and Christine, another good kid. But he hasn't told me if the freaking burger. Maria, was the burger good? Did he like it? Because Oh, hold on. She just said they started. Okay, so she's not going to be able to chat right now. Nah, because they've been up since fucking 5:30 this morning for going to school. So, and last night I went to sleep around 10. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know on the next live show. I need to leave. Okay, she says she needs to leave. You're welcome. No problem, Maria. I know. She says she's got to go because they're doing the ceremony right now. Um, I don't know, man. I want to know if that fucking burger was good. I got to tell you, Tim, you got me thinking. I'm glad you clarified that, because to me, I think you should just put as much as you can on your plate and learn. Be a fucking sponge. And this is what I tell these kids. Be careful to drain the sponge once in a while of things you don't need. Sometimes we got to drain out the fucking pond because you end up holding in too much shit, you know? So I will tell you, these kids are good kids. Get a starter toolkit. I'm going to tell you, Sweefy, I already did. I already bought a tool set for the scooter, like a little suitcase, nothing crazy. And I've been sending him videos of how to, and this is just me, how to change the oil on the scooter, like, it sounds corny, but a lot of these kids, you ask them about, hey, how do you change that? I don't know. And I told them, how do you fix, like, when you fix the wires? I send them videos. That's just for memory. I said, hey, listen, the guy was doing the video. I mean, was doing the lights, and this is what he used. And this is, I mean, I even suggested to Ricky some things. And Ricky goes, I have these things in my house, but where in my shop, I have to improvise because my boss doesn't buy these things. So a lot of this stuff that Ricky does, he does it out of his home, which he uses all the quality stuff. Here in the Philippines, they use poor quality. Not all businesses, but a lot of businesses use the poor quality because it's cheaper, faster. But he doesn't want work to come back to him. So CP, I send him little videos like that, and he's like, "Oh, that's how they do it." And I said, "And remember to educate yourself further because sometimes the product changes. Sometimes it's easier, things like that." So now he's gotten into the habit of going in when he doesn't know something. Instead of asking me, he'll ask me after. She'll ask me after. They go in and Google it. I said, "Listen, there's nothing more important than Google and YouTube because Google will start you off." And YouTube will show you all the mistakes people have made that they don't want you to make it. And it helps. If he asks a question about cooking, I said, "Listen, I'm not a cook. I'm not a chef by any means. I cook. But if that makes me a cooker, I like a cook, then I'm a cook." But I don't think so. I had just had to learn how to defend myself and cook for my little brothers and sisters when my mother was at work and I was the oldest. So while she was at work, 12, 15 hours a day, Monday through Sunday. And the days that she did have off, it was mainly cleaning laundry and helping and doing everything and making sure everything was good. I was oldest, so I was the one to making sure that everything, the laundry was done, the cooking was done, and making sure my mom didn't have to come home to a dirty fucking house. That was that guy. So I didn't have the option of fucking asking, "Hey, Google, hey, let me check YouTube." I didn't have that option. And if there was, I didn't. I was really living life. I didn't even look at it that way. Cool. I'm glad that I was able to open up the avenue. Not just me, many before me, many right now in their life. That I play a part in advancing. You know, um, you must have done something right, Sweepy, for him to come back and say, "I want to pay you back." And you're like me. Well, we have similarities in that. I would say put that money away, and if you know of anyone else that deserves that help, or that that they deserve it, not because what gets me here in the Philippines is a lot of these people, and not all. Remember, I'm not generalizing. A lot of these kids now don't play the funk. What I mean by that, guys, that's a street thing. I guess it's a street thing because I don't hear that shit being talked about in a fucking educated school. They fake the funk, which means they'll pretend to do all these things, and then at the end, when they're done fucking sucking you dry, they really didn't perform as good as they did. It just used you for what they needed. These kids are not like that. And that's what I would do. I tell him the same thing. If anything, make sure that you help somebody that will not do it just to give you back. Is because they're grateful and they want to do better for themselves. And then they pass that ability to somebody else that will need that help, then they want to help. That kind of thing. You hope that's what they would do. Uh, the little bit that I contribute is very little. I mean, I bought both of them a year's worth of supply, two backpacks. I'm talking pens, paper. I'm talking anything they needed, glue sticks, everything for the whole year. I mean, it'll go for longer. It was less than $100. It was less than 5,000 pesos. You know what I mean? And that's together. That was together, and they couldn't believe it. Maria took the bag to her house, to the province. I mean, and they were very emotional. And then Mario's like, "Nico, you didn't have to do that, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it." But I said, "Listen, you can't control because he's such a proud kid that he goes to school and he feels like it can't be over extravagant because then people's like, oh, his mother has a foreigner that he doesn't really have that relationship with people like that. He doesn't really talk to people. And what I like is we have done it. Me and him have been a team. We have done it so nonchalant that nobody looks at it that way. I don't want him to be going to school with the fucking top of the notch fucking Nikes when he doesn't fucking need them. They're still Filipinos, even when I'm dead and gone. Like when I'm gone, they're still going to be living their culture. They'll still be here. And he's a very humbling kid. He's like, I don't need anything expensive. I said, "Well, do you need your school shoes?" He's like, "These will be okay." And I said, "Oh, okay. Will the soles last?" I even got him the fucking industrial glue because you know how Filipinos are. Their shoes will fucking fall apart at the soles, and all they have to do is glue them. And they do, but they use like the fucking super glue that don't work. I got them a little jar of industrial, like really good glue, just in case it fucking comes apart, because he's a humbling kid. She's a humbling girl. Like the kids are good, and they appreciate. I mean, they take these kids take good care of what they're given. So me, I go with the flow, man. I go with the flow, and I try not to play too big of a part. And uh, I do it because I can, not because I have to. And I do it for kids that they work really hard at what they want, and they're trying to strive for something good. Uh, I can't save everybody. And you see, I invested into a future for a boy to climb up with pride and provide for his family. He walks taller with purpose. I learned that when I was born at 18. Uh, my my hat's out to you, bro. For real. People don't realize, man, like outside all this joking, like toxicity and shit out here, we tend to forget there is real struggle. And you should be and I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're very proud of it. And you know what? In the way you're talking, you would have been happy if he just tried. Anything else is a fucking bonus. Like I always tell him, CP, I really do. I said, listen, let me tell you something, man. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to succeed for me. You don't have to succeed for your fucking mom. Excuse me. You don't have to succeed for your mom. You don't have to succeed for anybody but yourself. Because at the end of the day, people will pass you by, people will pass away, and it's you that's got to stand strong in the position that you're in and where you are in life. And he always tells me, he's like, I'll never let you forget how good you have been to me. And I said, you don't have to do that. But when they do that without you wanting it, it's a fucking blessing. So I can imagine how proud he makes you feel. That your hard work, and let's just say he failed. Let's just use a different example, not him. Let's just say we help others and they fail. It's not because we didn't have good intentions. And I'm pretty sure they have tried, because many who tried do not succeed, but it's because people give up on good things. And sometimes you have more dirt bags, more toxicity trying to bring these children down than it is to fucking build them up. I'm not there for him or my children or anybody because they're succeeding. I'm there for them because of the potential, and they will succeed. They will fuck up every chance they get because that's the way life is. But you don't ever give up on them. Now, I have never given up on anybody. I have walked away from certain things that will end up, draining me from the ability to do other things. And I cannot save the fucking world. And that's including family. That's including cousins, like just family and friends. But anything that I know that is still trying, it's like, you see a fucking fish in a puddle and it's barely covering the fins, but he's there and he's breathing. That's all I need is for you to keep trying. And if you do that, I will be there because I choose to be there, not because I have to, not because she asked me, not because he told me I have to, no. He even still to this day still tells me, thank you for respecting my mom. Thank you for not being like a lot of these guys. They come in, they have sex. You and my mom, I love the friendship that you guys have, and you don't ever do anything bad like that. And I said, remember, there are just as good as there is bad, but the ones that are bad, those are the ones people remember you as. So even if I did 1,000 good things, you're going to remember that one bad thing. So that one argument, I said, this is how I talked to him. And I said, you always remember people at face value. We all fuck up. We all make mistakes. And thank God that even my daughters, they text me. They're like, Dad, isn't he graduating? See, we do this together as a team. If my daughters were uncomfortable, I would be shocked at the things but I share everything with my daughters, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I let them decide what they want to be involved in. Even my mom's like, hey, she just called me when I was live. That's why I said in the beginning, hold on. And I just texted her. I said, hey, I'm sorry, I'm live. My mother's very proud. She was like, I'm so glad he's grown. Guys, I've known this kid since 2019. That means if he's 15 or 16, I think he's 16 right now. that I've known him since he was fucking 9 years old. So I mean, we've grown as friends, and I'm glad he can consider me a friend, and I'm glad he can count on me, and those that know me can count on me because I'll give everything I can to help out to a certain point. That's all, out to a certain point. But I'm gonna eat my crackers and have my coffee. Sweet Pea Johns, thank you for the vote of advice, confidence and advice on what you're liking. Maria, congratulations again from Maria. Congratulations to Christine. And I never got the other cousin's name. Sweet Pea, congratulations. Very honorable. Very awesome thing that you good and awesome thing that you did. Um, I agree. It wasn't the money; it was the opportunity, and other didn't have. He chose to fail and never be mad. He knew it. I'm gonna say, CP, I have always learned, and I was guilty of this when I was younger. Guys, I always say negative things about my father. My father was his father that he needed to be with what he was taught, which was not much, but he did what he could. But my father never taught me the difference between this and that. And I'll tell you what I mean. Something Sweepy just said. I always did things when I was younger because I always wanted to see what I would get in return. Because I thought that the more you gave, the more people would give in return in gratefulness and appreciation. And then I realized as I got older, and I think I was like when I first got punched in the face by reality, by many things, not one, I realized that those who give expecting much in return never get a quarter, if at all, what they gave because you did it on a false pretense. You did it because you were interested in what you were going to get in return. When I stopped doing that, it felt better. It felt so much fucking better. Guys, I shared this story with you, and you guys know I don't really share these things. Not because I want you, I'm not saying you will, but this is just to get, the peanut fucking gallery. You always have to throw it out there. I didn't say it for recognition. I didn't say it, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's just we don't always do the right thing when the opportunity comes knocking because we're so worried about the backlash of what people are going to say. But not one fucking person will fucking back you up because they're not your friend. A real friend will say, hey, you're doing the right thing. Hey, be careful. You're doing it for the right reasons. But remember, if it doesn't end well, like you just said right now in the chat, even if he had disappointed you, you would never have said it because your interests was the opportunity, was to give somebody a chance that you knew that had it and would appreciate it. And your time was not wasted. And if it was, lesson learned. I did what I could and I walked away. You just got to know when to be there if you choose to be there and when to walk away and not have any regrets. And that is the thing that has been really diminishing in this day and age is the fact that you can help. Like I know I'm going to get fucking backlash from everybody. When people hear the show, I'm not going to, I go through my shows, I put them in private and I screen them and I check them and then I put them back up. Or maybe I'll erase them. Since I had a good time, I didn't like what I said. I'm not changing this one. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to, everyone's, oh, he was fucking begging. Listen, if someone wants to say, Nico, I'd like to help you out with that kid, that girl, that's your choice. Yeah. Do I throw it out there because they deserve it? Yeah. But see, that's the opportunities that we have and a platform that we have. We're not here to save the fucking whole continent in the world. But when you see some good educated kids that are really striving, and look, these kids don't even fucking touch alcohol. I'm not saying that's why they're so good. It's because they're focused, and these kids are always. When I talk to the family, Christine's always in her freaking room doing her homework, like always extracurricular. They both have this attitude, and they'll say it to you. I have all the time in the world to have fun, but right now I need to educate myself so I don't end up being like a lot of these kids and their families. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Like they're not judging. They're like, I don't want to be like that. Maybe that's a little judgmental. If that's how people want to label it, I call it preparing themselves for any possible outcome, good or bad. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, but again, I'm going to get backlash from it. I don't give a fuck. I'm just telling you, I'm so proud of these fucking kids. And I'm glad that I'm actually, you know what? And I would still be happy and glad I still be there and saying, listen, it didn't work out, but you know what? They still got the, you know why? Because that's what you do. You don't sit there and just congratulate them at their fucking best. They're not perfect fucking kids. They still make mistakes, but I wouldn't bash them if they fucking failed. I would say, hey, pick yourself up, take the time that you need. You can still reach out to me. I mean, I'm still going to be more conservative a little bit, but I'm still there. You know, now if someone's a total fuck up and they're draining me, it's like, hey, listen, you can always reach out and we can talk, but I'm not going to be, I know, I'm not going to be investing. Like I'm not, this investment that I have has to stop because you're not making any, see what I'm saying? You tread very safely, but at the same time, you don't fuck that. Kid's a fucking loser. No, man. You know, this is guys, they hear that enough out in this world, man. You know, they hear that enough. You know? Oh, you know what? Thank you, John. You gotta run, God bless, God bless. Sweet pea, God bless. I was trying to keep it at an hour. Guys, I can drag this motherfucker on forever because you see the passion that we can all have when we all kind of meet eye to eye and understand that there's some real shit out there that we can focus on. Can we save everybody? No. But we can focus our attention on good kids. And you know, and when they grow older, hopefully they do it to their children. It's something that we can focus on that is could be a potential for ever giving. Take care, God bless. Peace, bitches. Peace. And I gotta have my fucking crackers and cheese and bananas and coffee.